till the last week and make things up and try to cram everything in and complete your class at the end of the time, the last week. We have some people who think they can come in at the last week and catch everything up. That doesn't work. So once we hit the end of week 2, absolutely no assignments from week 1 can be made up. So start thinking about that when it comes to assignments such as that resume assignment. If you don't do the appointment, that resume does not have to be accepted. Okay, so some of these multi-part assignments, the second part does not have to be accepted if you did not do the first part. Everybody understand that? So skipping one assignment can snowball into others. Okay, a, a good point that was brought up by another instructor doing the orientation speaking. Think of going to your classes as your first job. You have a lot of responsibility. You're juggling a lot of things. And we talk about work ethics. We talk about planning your time, planning your responsibilities. It's now. Okay. This is not a class you just blow off. This is now. This is setting you up for those things. And like I said, almost everybody is doing exceptional. Big round of applause. You are getting those appointments in, you're getting those assignments in. And if you do them bit by bit, it's not so bad. But this class is hard to make up if you're not keeping up. So please keep up. And, that's one of the reasons why I want to bring that up is because those of you that are doing exceptional in it, keep doing that. It is the way to go, and it sets you up for that time management. How many of us can always use help with time management, planning that time, setting that up, getting things done? And there's so many different ways to do it. Some people like to knock out all the big things. Some people like to knock out all the little things. I like to throw little things in among the big things, give myself a pat on the back, keep myself going, but you will have deadlines that you have to meet. Some people will have really big projects, and if you're not at a certain point, and management doesn't have to tell you what those points are, they'll come up and they will ask you, where are you at on this project? And if you're not at an imaginary point where they think you should be, they'll pull you off the project, and they may not give you another project. What that means is you will not be fired, you just will not have work. Everybody understands what that means? They don't fire you, they just never give you any more work. That means no paycheck, but you're not fired. Because if they fire you, you can file for unemployment. You understand, businesses don't play nice. They're not goody-goody, they're not your friend. Businesses have been accused of being in it for money. Anybody ever hear that? They're just in it for the money. How many people have heard that? I don't like that business. They're just in it for the money. That's what they're there for. Okay. That's why they're called business. If they're not, then we call them out of business. Businesses are in it for money. Otherwise, there's things like nonprofits, things like that. I want you to realize you need to be in it as your business. How many people realize you are your own business? We always hear, I want to own my own business. I want to own my own business. You are your own business. You need to know you're going to negotiate your own salaries. You're going to negotiate benefits. You're going to negotiate hours. You are a business. And we're going to talk about that today because, like behind me here, you see all those brands, you recognize those brands. You see those names, Levi's, PayPal, Nike, UPS. How many people recognize these brand names? Just by seeing their logos, their names, you recognize them. You know what quality they have or don't have, you like or you don't like. You are a brand and you have a personal brand. People will know you by your name in your business. Okay. Right now, y'all are developing a brand. We know you by your names even before you hit our classes. We know who you are, what you do, your quality of work. How many people realize your name carries weight? We know the quality you have. We talk about professional references. You've heard that term. You want a professional reference. That reference is a reflection on who gives it. Does your personal brand stand up? Would somebody want to recommend you based on, I give you a reference because when that name goes out there, I know you're going to give this, this, and this. So you're going to protect that name. Just like these companies protect theirs, you need to protect yours. Now, this subject can be a little confusing for people as we go through this. So if you have questions, ask, because this is a very big topic, because this personal brand, this the things we're going to work on this week, it's going to go on your resumes. It's going to go on your business cards. It's going to be everywhere you talk to people. How many people hate that question? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you hate this question? You're going to answer that question and never have to think about that. You're going to have that answer memorized and you're never going to have to think about it. Or if you don't do it, you're going to struggle with it every time. And if you do that, that's on you. You understand that? These things, if you don't do them, it's on you. You're saying, you know what? I know this is the way I should do it, but I'd rather do it the hard way. So that's the thing. These things work. And I'm not saying I always do them the easy way. Trust me, I make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So don't think that all these things we all do perfect. Okay. We learn and then we're like, I should have did that. All right. So let's get to getting. Everybody understand everything that went through week one? Anybody have questions about week one? All right. If you missed something from week one, it's up to you to get a hold of me and tell me what happened, why you weren't able to do it, and then tell me how you're going to fix it. Because if you try to go back to those week one assignments, you can't get in them. You're locked out. And the only way to get back into them is to contact me. All right. You can't go to the campus and say, I can't get in there. I can't do that. Da, 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 da. You got to contact me. Okay. Nobody at the campus can get you back into those assignments. You can't just post it down in the notes. You can't just attach it and say, look, it was here. Everything's date and timestamp. Those grades will not get in there. All right. If you didn't do something, you have to own up, reach out, email me, text me, tell me why you weren't able to, not just open this. Okay. That's disrespectful. You don't just say, open this. Okay. I'm not Siri. I'm not Alexa. I'm a person you say, this is what happened and be honest about it. Please don't tell me that everybody in your family died. They were all on the same tour bus. They all died and you had to go to every single one of their funerals. Okay. If something tragic happened, be honest about that. Yes. But don't make up a lie. Just tell me what happened, why you didn't do it. Honesty and integrity is a big part of everyday life. So maintain that. All right. Everybody good with that? That's what we'll be. We'll be honest, own up, fix it, and we move on. And here we go. And we are sharing. And we're going to look at this as a student. Look at that. Week one done. We are on week two. So these are the things that are coming up. We're going to do an elevator pitch this week. And we're going to talk about that worst interview ever. Anybody have just a horrible interview? One of those things that, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me. That's going to be the discussion this week. And that person that you interviewed, remember that you gave me a name of somebody you're going to interview in your field last week? This is where you're going to put that assignment in here. And so a couple people tried to just put a bunch of stuff in last week. Uh-uh. I only wanted the name. That didn't count. You're going to come in here because there's very specific. It's a 250 word summary. Not, yeah, I talked to them and this is what they said in a couple of sentences. Nope, 250 word summary. And don't get hung up on the number of words here because if you actually interviewed them, 250 words is easy to hit. That's not a high number. Okay. What did you learn? What advice did they give you? And what lessons did you learn? Okay. And so make sure you include that name and person you interviewed, or you're going to lose 10 points. Okay. Part of this is if people try to do AI, it doesn't include that. And some of the stuff it does include, you'd be surprised in the markers it leaves behind. You really need to talk to these people and list the questions you asked, okay? The questions you asked and what they said. Make sure it's proper punctuation. If you're not using capitalization, periods, things like that, I'm gonna ding you. You're in college, you need to be writing on a higher level. And so we're really pushing that because written communication is something that the businesses are telling we need. We need people to be using that. All right. All the careers. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're staying in the shop or what. If they need you to write something down, they can't have you writing like you're texting your BFF. Okay. And then right here, on Thursday is our midterm. And most likely on Thursday, we will have a guest speaker. So I will see who we are going to have. So typically we have somebody higher up from the campus come in and will speak. So we'll talk about that on Thursday. I want to jump back to this discussion. I want you to think about this. So on the discussion, um, what was the worst part of that interview, that horrible interview? If you've never had a bad interview, you're not out of the woods. Tell us about the best interview you ever had. And if you've never had an interview, what would you do to ensure you have the best interview? Don't forget to post, okay? You post your original one and then you come back and you look and post on another student, okay? Now, some people, they gave up 40 points. They just went through, they only posted once. Maybe you're wealthy in points and your score, but I really don't recommend throwing away those points because don't forget the syllabus is weighted. Those discussions are considered class participation, so they weigh pretty heavy. All right, everybody good so far? We're hanging in there. It's Monday, but we are still here. Rocking that coffee. Got my little R2D2 cup here. Definitely the droid I am looking for, filled with caffeine. All right. So today, um, we're going to talk about an elevator pitch. Has anybody ever heard the term elevator pitch or personal commercial? Anybody ever heard that term? Okay, so the concept with this elevator pitch, you and somebody else step into an elevator, and this elevator's moving up the floors, and you have 30 seconds to a minute to talk to this person, and you need to convince them that either they want more information out of you through possibly an interview, or they're going to give you information about a potential job lead, etc. But either way, you have 30 to 60 seconds. This is the answer, just like it says, to tell me a bit about yourself or why should I hire you? It's all rolled up into one. Okay, now there's two videos here that you should watch. I know some won't, but you should, and it'll make things a little bit easier. One is for a bad example, and one is for a good example. Okay, now We don't want to hear about your personal stuff. We don't want to hear about your big old truck. We don't want to hear about how you like to do this and that. We don't care about your personal stuff. Not that people don't care about you in general. It's business. Okay? Learn to separate what's important in the business world and what's important in your personal life. Okay? Understand these are two different worlds. Just like how many people who know when somebody comes into work, they bring a lot of drama with them. Anybody know somebody who walks through that door and they're going to tell you all about what happens? And yeah, we don't care. This is not Real Housewives, okay? Nobody wants to know. And we're tired of it. We want to change your channel. Got it? We're canceling your show. We're voting you off the island. You are not the winning survivor. Nobody wants your drama. Leave it at the door. You would be surprised at the percentages of people who get fired just because they won't leave their personal stuff at home. Okay, leave it there. All right, rant over, moving on. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to tell all about yourself and you're going to make a video. All right, everybody excited about making a video? Everybody wants to be a superstar, and here's your chance. So I've created a little PDF here, and it tells how to record the video. And so everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a PC. They've got a way of making a video. And anybody knows that systems in general have been moving slow? They like started moving slow over the weekend. I noticed this all over, not just like school systems, but in general. Okay, so this explains what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and in your text box, there's a little thing here that's going to say record and upload. You're going to say record. You're going to click start. And right here, it's going to tell you to save. And then you can add more stuff. So what it's going to do is it's going to access the camera on your system. Or you can use your phone to make the video. But write out what you're going to say. Okay, create a little speech, what you're going to say. And when you say this, it should be 30 to 60 minutes. And so you're going to say, you know, who you are and what you do. You know, like I can say, I'm Mr. Haley. I'm the manager of online learning at Southern Tech. I have, 30 years experience in systems analysis and design. I have 35 years experience in native Florida wildlife and care and 30 years experience in exotic animal and care. I have 15 years experience in big trucking and go through all that. I'm currently seeking employment in the Orlando area. My top skills are dot, 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 dot. So you're going to lay that out. Boom. Okay. That is an elevator pitch. So I'm telling you who I am, my experience, my skills, and what I am looking for. Okay. Does everybody understand that? You want to let them know who you are, what you're bringing to the table, and what you want. Sometimes it's a job. Sometimes you want additional information. You could say, I'm looking for additional information on how I might be able to do this. Boom. Okay. That is the answer to tell me a little bit about yourself. You use that same thing. You see where that fits in. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Boom. Okay. That top part on your resume, you know, that little bit about your where people go, I am currently seeking employment, da 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 da. No, put your elevator pitch there. Does everybody see why that goes right there at the top? That little blurb there. Okay, your LinkedIn, that introduction area at the top, boom, it goes right there. Okay. When you have business cards, I strongly recommend get business cards. Get them on your phone too, so that you can tap phones or you can send them. When you go to these meet and greets and you meet people, on the bottom of that card underneath your name, put that pitch or put it on the back. Boom, they know exactly who you are, what you bring to the table. You see everywhere this goes, it goes everywhere. Or you struggle in every single interview answering this. You memorize this, okay, so that it flows. You saw me stumbling through it? That's how many people stumble through that in every interview they've done where they've been asked that. Yeah, be honest, you stumble through it. We all do. Okay, I know I'm not the only one. And how I know this? I get paid to interview people. Remember? ADP. All right? ADP. We interview people. We get hired to interview people. All right? Interview people by the hundreds, all careers. Okay? So I see it in real life. Okay, so work on this. How many people are terrified of cameras? Absolutely terrified of cameras. Okay? I strongly recommend you do the recording. If you will not, absolutely will not do the recording, you can submit the written part, but there should not be any misspelling. It better be completely capitalized. Punctuality, all the punctuation, I mean, should be perfect in there. And when read, it should be 30 to 60 seconds. And I'm going to put it on an automatic reader that's going to read it out loud to me. Okay. If it starts to run into 4 or 5 minutes, you're going to get dinged. Okay. Everybody got that? You can write it out if you don't want to do the video, but you still have to fall within those certain parameters. It still has to be 30 to 60 seconds. I had one month that it was almost 2 pages long. I thought, I don't know how fast you talk, but I came from the South and we can't get that in. That's like a mini series. All right, everybody got that? So everybody will be able to do this. Okay, all right. Want to make sure. So that's going to be your, this is your normal daily. Don't forget these live conference participation. You get an assignment in here that has to be answered by 6 o'clock. You don't get that in, you do not get attendance. I've been over this. I've had a few people that have struggled with that. Um, if you miss it, we have people that mysteriously have bad kidneys, always miss that question. Amazing, isn't that? They always just happen to miss that. That's what the recording's for. You get to go back and find the recording and watch it and see the question there. All right? Okay. So here we go. We are ready to move on to the live section, and we are going to start this. All right. So we are all set. We got Smiley to start our Monday. We are talking about that personal brand, and we're going to talk about the importance of that personal brand, creating a brand statement, and that personal commercial, also known as that elevator pitch. Okay, so the personal brand is your individual's reputation. This is you, okay? So this is a big question for the midterm. What is it? It is your reputation. It is your reputation. It is one and the same. It is your aptitude, your skills, your ability, your personality. It is everything in all in one. If your personal brand gets tarnished, it is hard to bring this back. Okay? Just so you know, you need to protect your reputation. Okay? Things that you need to think about when you are doing your personal brand, your clarity. Who are you? And are you authentic? How many people say that person's not authentic? You know, they got more faces than a pair of dice. Okay? They're not consistent. How many of you are doing good work on some assignments and not so good on the other? Okay, that tells me that when you're on the job, if I hire you, if you don't care about what I give you as part of the job, you're going to do, you know, bad work. So why would I hire you? If I call somebody and say, how consistent were they? Did you ever think about that? How many people thought about that? If I'm not into this, I did an okay job. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you okay pay. How about that? What if I pay you based on the quality you did on everything you did at work? You don't like that, do you? Relevance. Okay. How many people do not have an online presence? Be honest. How many people do not have an online presence? Okay. Maybe you're not relevant. You're not current. If you're not out there, are you keeping up with your career? Do you know what's going on? If I asked you to list the top 3 players in your career field, who would not be able to do that? Be honest. Who would not be able to tell me who the top 3 people in their industry are? Find out. Be relevant. This is your career. The ones who are staying up in their career, a simple Google will get you that knowledge in 3 seconds. Do you need to be different from everybody? Being the same gets you the same. But then you have that one person who's getting more. And when I say differentiate, don't be in a bad way. Don't be the person that goes around causing trouble. You want to be excelling. And everybody can excel in a different way. Okay? You are unique. You have things you bring to the table. Authority. Understand that you, um, oh, my pen's not working there. Understand you have a little bit of authority, and that means control. Not like bossing people around. You have control and engage. My shy people out there, learn how to start engaging. And one of those is being able to approach people. And this is going to sound completely silly and stupid, but it works. Okay, how many people are afraid to approach and talk to people? I know y'all are out there. I'm one of these people and I have to work on this. So we all grocery shop and you have workers in those grocery stores. Watch for those workers out in the store, and when you see them, say hello and wave to them. I know it's creepy. I know it's strange. They can't get away from you, okay? They have to say hi to you. But what you're doing is you're learning to break the ice. You're learning to approach people and you're learning to engage. Okay, does everybody understand the logic? They have to put up with you, okay? But you're learning to take that step. At the cash register, it's a little more pressure. You're trying to get your stuff checked out. In the aisles, though, there's no pressure. You can do this. Just learn to walk up and say hello and do these in places, okay? That way you start learning. It's okay. You can break the ice. You can do this so that when you go to these meet and greets, think about that. Think about how you can just walk up and you can say hello to people. There's no right and wrong. And we get it in our heads. I don't know what to do. Here's the biggest clue. Be you. I could tell you to do this, do that, do this. This is the best advice. Be you. Because that's what they want. That's who they need to see. So start being engaged, okay? Because when you have this brand, you will be desired. You will have that career, okay? So now this is one of the most number one questions missed. And it's going to pop up on that midterm. I guarantee you somebody's going to get this question because the midterm's got random questions on it. So I want you to know this. How many sentences is a brand statement? Statement. This word means one. Okay? That sentence means one. That word, statement, means one. So it is one sentence that describes you. Okay? And it's going to reflect everything about you. And it's like a slogan. How many people knows America runs on? How many people knows exactly what word should follow? When I say America runs on, how many people know what brand when I say, boom, just do it? You know these brands. Or which brand, I'm loving it. You know these brands. Your tagline or slogan's not going to be catchy. Uh, Jean, you're not going to get control. I don't know why you're asking for control for presenter. You're not getting control. So no, I'm not giving you control of the presentation. It says you're requesting it. Okay, so back to this. Your tagline is not going to be a catchy phrase. Your tagline is what describes you. Okay. Your goal is to give an employer of what you would contribute to the company. Okay. And so how you're going to do this, and pay attention to these steps because you're going to be doing this. You're going to define yourself. Okay. Your reputation, and you're going to list your hard and soft skills. You need to know what your skills are. Everybody has skills. Okay. And then you're going to start thinking about short phrases on why you're better than everybody else. Now, this isn't an ego thing, but you need to know why you're better. Because if you don't think you're better, I'm not going to hire you. If you think the other person's better, I'm going to hire you who you think is the best one. Make sense? Why would I hire you if you're telling me the other person's better? And then we're going to compile the phrases, okay? And make it one. And this statement is also going to go on your resume, your cover letter, any of your LinkedIn accounts, etc., your portfolio. It is your slogan. It goes everywhere. Does everybody understand? We are going to put this statement everywhere. You need this. It describes you. So these are examples. A creative problem solver who can combine math skills and science to help develop stable energy sources. A driven team player who uses leadership skills to motivate others and exceed goals. Okay. A production manager who implements soft skills to continually promote client-based customer-directed deliverables while maintaining highest standards. So think of ways to describe you. If we had to describe you as a business person in one sentence, not personal, business. Okay. Does everybody understand how to do that? Think of yourself, think of your skills, and describe you in business. Remember, all of this is you and business, not personal. Everything's coming to business. Okay. And then that personal commercial is also known as your elevator pitch. We went over this in detail earlier. Okay. And when you're doing that personal commercial, think about your brand statement. Think about your soft skills and hard skills. And think about what you're wanting from these people. Are you wanting information? Are you wanting jobs? Okay. And then you write your pitch. So you have to do thinking first. Some of it, be honest, how many of you always want to do the work and then the thinking? You do it backwards. I'm just going to do this, and then you start doing it and you haven't thought first. Yeah, kind of like I assemble everything and then I look at the manual. I'm bad about doing that. Write your stuff out first in little blurbs and then assemble it. It will go better. Okay. So this is how they come from it. On this side here, this is their brand statement. A marketing professional who is dedicated to creating jaw-dropping promotions. Okay, that was their brand statement. So instantly you know what they are. They're a marketing professional. What do? They create jaw-dropping promotions. Boom, you got that in one sentence. Now the commercial expands on that. I'm Susan Rakowski, an assistant marketing product manager with a degree in marketing communications from Baylor University. I'm located in the greater Houston area and looking for a career in an advertising agency. My skills include writing promotions, da 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 da. I'm proficient at this. I'm flexible and skilled at working with others. So she took that and expanded it, told exactly who she is, what she's doing, where she got her degree, what her skills were, and what she was looking for. Do you see how those work together? One sentence telling you what she does and then expanding it. This is how they work together. All right. Rehearse that elevator pitch. Okay. That way, whenever somebody says, tell me something about you, boom, you have it. If it's an interview, if it's a meeting, no kidding, in line for Velocicoaster at Universal. And if anybody ever ride Velocicoaster, we were there for the grand opening. Uh, my 72-year-old mother and my 84-year-old dad loved it. And so they were interviewed afterwards. They're like, yeah, we got interviewed. Well, of course you did. You were the oldest people to ride it on that day. You know, that's why they got interviewed. We always take them to every grand opening of roller coasters. They love them. So while we're standing in line, I ended up running into a student from Southern Tech, welder. We're talking about because they were getting ready to graduate, blah, 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 what they're going to do. Person in front of me just happened to own a welding company, overheard us talking, yada, 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 asked the student, tell me something about you. Hello? Wow, look at that. Tell me about you. Boom. Student dropped their elevator pitch right there, exchange cards, set up an interview in line at Universal Studios, waiting to ride a roller coaster. You never know when things are going to happen. Now, I don't know if it turned into a job, what happened, obviously, but be prepared. These things work, and you never know when an unexpected networking opportunity is going to pop up. Everybody got that? Be prepared. With that, you're going to know. Okay? Today, while you're going through things, this is not your assignment. Make sure you check yourself. What's your current grade? Are you missing anything? And so remember, keep motivated. I like to drop those in there for people to do that. So today, your assignment, you're going to create a brand statement. Okay? Everybody understand what your task for your attendance today? You're going to create that brand statement. So think about your reputation, your skills, write out those little short phrases, and then come up with one sentence that describes you professionally. Okay, everybody got that? As we went through talking about this brand statement. Now, I am not looking for this. Okay? I am not looking for perfection. Oh, my T did not come out right. I'm not looking for perfection. Okay? Don't shy away from this assignment. Don't think it's over you. I'm not looking for perfection. Understand a lot of these things you do more than once to get it right. Okay? However, you need to start doing these things. You have to start putting yourself out there, pushing yourself. Okay? You can do these things. I believe in you. I need you to start believing in yourself and stepping out. All right? I know you can do these things. I've seen some of your work already, and it has been impressive. So I know you can do it. All right. Are there any questions? Everybody's good? All right. So we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Make sure you get that assignment in by 6 o'clock with that brand statement in. Okay? And we will see you then.